Hi everyone, and welcome back to my astrology channel. I'm Tammy Manzo with North Node Venus Astrology. And we've been into Mercury Retrograde for about a week now. And if you're interested in astrology, that's why you're watching this channel, why you're listening to the podcast, you already know. You've seen all the memes. Mercury Retrograde is coming. Batten down the hatches, run, hide, dig yourself a hole. Don't come out for 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Don't have enough bottled water to stay in my house all that time. So, what I'd like to do is kind of counteract that a little bit. Yes, there are things that are going to be happening when Mercury is retrograde. They tell you don't buy anything if you can help it. I would kind of agree with that. It's happened to me and people close around me. I've heard from many people they've bought things during that time. They turned out to be maybe lemons or had continual problems with them. If you can avoid buying things, especially electronics or things, phones, Mercury rules all kind of communication. So any of those things that you're thinking of buying, if you could wait, that would be great. However, if your phone breaks, you need to get one, go right out and get one. Don't wait. What you do have to do is make sure that you're reading all of the contract specifications. When you're signing up as a new mobile phone carrier, you need to know exactly what it is that you're signing, how many months, how many years you're signing, what your coverage plan is going to be. If you don't know that or don't ask that up front, and then a couple weeks later you find out that it's not going to work for you, Mercury retrograde strikes again. That's just us not doing our homework, not asking the questions, not paying attention, being in maybe too much of a hurry. All we have to do is slow down a little bit. So with that being said, what are we going to do during Mercury retrograde? How are we going to get through this time? Well, you need to communicate very clearly. You need to ask questions. If you're talking to your boss or somebody, you're counseling somebody or you're talking, even just talking to a friend, this is what I'm hearing you say. Is this correct? Am I hearing this correctly? Is this really the issue that we're talking about? Is this the main issue? Ask for feedback. Ask for them to verify what you're saying. You might be very surprised that, oh no, this isn't what I said at all. I meant something different. So Mercury retrograde can happen on both ends. It can happen to you as the listener, not quite hearing, what was intended, and it can happen to the person who's speaking to you. It could be their issue with Mercury retrograde. They're not speaking what they thought they wanted to get across, right? So it could come from two different ways. So when you ask for verification, when you speak as clearly as you can, as plainly as you can, and maybe say, okay, now, did you guys get what I meant? This is what I meant. Reiterate. That's gonna keep a lot of the problems from coming. So what else can we do during Mercury retrograde time to really use the time wisely, not just spend all of this extra energy and time and effort communicating correctly, following up on emails, following up on phone calls. This is the type of time of year when, the emails go to the black hole. Well, I emailed everybody and nobody emailed me back. Okay, follow up on that. The people that you're calling, and are they really getting that message? Is it going to their phone or is it going to the black hole there? Follow up on it. It's not going to take that much more effort to follow up on a call. So how can we use this to our advantage, the retrograde? Well, what you do is it kind of slows us all down. We're so busy running around quickly, we've got 10 different balls in the air. We've got 3 different jobs we're doing. We've got all kinds of, social media on while we're watching TV, while we're at the dinner table, while we're making plans, all these things going on. So we're just going to take this time to detach from all that, to unplug from all that, to think a little slower, talk a little clearer, maybe talk less, maybe do less outward energy and think inward. Go inside yourself and think about those things that you haven't been paying attention to. You can spend this time to tap into your intuition. Your intuition should be very strong at this time. When you go inward, there's that little voice that's been trying to get to you, and it can't get to you with all these other outside distractions happening. That little voice is going to be really strong now, telling you things, giving you messages. You can spend this time also every day, connect with your higher self, that higher aspect of you that, is outside of this 3D world where, social media is important, and we have to get this job done, and we have to do all these things before we go to bed tonight. That's the 3D world. What about our inner world? What about our soul and our place on this earth? What is our soul here to do? Go into that space, connect during this time with your higher self, and maybe you'll find out that you're not quite in alignment like you thought you were. Maybe you need to shift out some of your friends. Maybe you need to try for a different job. Maybe you need to take on a new hobby. Maybe you need to take better care of your physical body. Maybe there's things that you're missing, and the retrograde will bring all that up for you. Just being quiet, just not talking. If you're noticing that, people around you, you're having a really strong issue with, nobody's understanding what I'm saying, everybody's taking things the wrong way, I can't seem to say anything right, everybody's getting upset around me, that might be happening. Just go quiet. Don't spend as much time talking to people anymore. Just take a break from that and just recharge your inner batteries. Just go inward. You don't have to spend all that energy going out all the time. Meditation, part of that being quiet as well. Try a guided meditation. There's everything on YouTube for free. Go to the library and you can get many meditation CDs. Just try listening. You might be very surprised at what comes up for you when you do that. And also, this is time to get into the creative mode where, we spend so much time in the outside world pushing forward for our goals, and our work and our jobs and planning this and running here and going to this restaurant and going here and meeting our friends and reading this and learning this. Take this time now to go inward and do something creative. Do the coloring for adults. If you've never tried those coloring books for adults with the colored pencils or the markers, wow, that's awesome. That's a wonderful thing to do. When you do that, it's a meditation in itself, and there's going to be ahas coming the whole entire time. When you just sit down in a quiet space and color, you're going to be very surprised at the things that come out. So those are the main things that we could be doing right now with the retrograde. It's in Pisces, and Pisces is all about what you believe. So think about your belief system. What do you believe or not believe that you need to shift right now? Are you looking for a belief system? Are you looking for a connectedness with a source outside of yourself? Are you also maybe self-sabotaging yourself with those Pisces ways of avoidance? Are you maybe not eating the right foods for your body? Are you maybe drinking too much? Are you maybe maybe taking too many prescription drugs? Where can you go natural? Can you replace any of those things that you're doing with natural, holistic, or homeopathic remedies? All of these things are part of that Pisces energy. So it's a time for healing, definitely on many levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So take advantage of it. Don't just sit there and wait for the retrograde to be over. In 3 weeks, I just have to sit here for 3 weeks and not talk to anybody and not send any emails and, not call anybody and I'll be good. Well, you lost the whole intention of what that is. There's gold that's buried in you somewhere. And this time is going to help you get there. You will get there. There may be people from your past coming back and reconnecting. And maybe there's some healing issues that need to be worked on there. Maybe other things in your life that, it's deja vu time again. Oh my gosh, I thought I worked on this issue a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago. Now it's back. Use this time for what it is. This is the time to really pull out the last of the weeds that were buried, you know, the roots of the weeds, pull those tiny little tendrils out from the ground that have been hiding. That's what the retrograde's all about. So don't be afraid, use it, embrace it, love it, and you're going to come out of it better, stronger, right? Almost like the bionic man. You are going to be a whole new person because the energy of Pisces is so strong. If you work with this, you will get healing on many, many, many levels. And that's what we're all here to do, right? Heal that up. So make good use. Again, if you have questions, email me. My email address is northnodevenusastrology@gmail.com. And you can find me on Facebook. My Facebook page is North Node Venus Astrology. And, you know, I'll either answer you personally or I'll answer your question on the air. If you're having a question about it and experiencing it, we're all experiencing it. So if you don't mind sharing, we've got the answers. So thanks again for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.